Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to film another quarterly flip through. So this is for quarter 2 of 2024, April through June. This one should be a little bit more upbeat than the last one. January through March were the struggle months of the year for sure. April through June, things started to look up a bit more. So I don't have anything on this dashboard page. I just didn't have anything that fit. My April monthly kit again came from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. Pretty quiet month other than celebrating my kitten Clover's first birthday, and then we had to go back to Denver the next weekend in order to have one of her checkups. Then this is Cinderella paper leftovers with a combination of Alicia Craft overlays in gold and Liner Designs underlays. I forget what the pattern and the color are called, but Liner Designs is closed for except for printables right now anyway, so you can't get those exact underlays unless you foil them yourself, which I don't do personally, but that is the combination there. We had this day off for Cesar Chavez Day in California, which is on March 31st, but obviously this was the weekday. Clover was chattering a lot when she saw her ribbon wand toy, which was really cute. Just lots of play with Clover. My grading inbox was down to 0 this day because I was only teaching 2 classes this semester, so it was a lot easier to get like 0 assignments open for grading this semester. I saw a rainbow come through our window and Clover was like sitting at the end of it, so that was really cute. I was decorating the living room finally, I have like a very miniature gallery wall above our television. It's just like 4 or 5 items, but they're all like plant themed, so that's fun. And then this was the big week in April. This was Clover's first birthday. The kit is from Cinderella Paper and the foil is from like 3 different shops. I went all out. I already talked about this and zoomed in on some things in my planner award, so I'm not going to go too much into it to not be repetitive, but I think the foil was a combo from Plan With Me Stickers, Planner Pixie Co, and that might have been it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Planner Pixie Co and Plan With Me Stickers in 3 different foil colors. So yeah, Clover's first year around the sun was a wild one. The eclipse happened this day, which it wasn't like a total eclipse here in California, but I thought it was meaningful that when Clover first got sick, we did have an eclipse in October 2023 that was visible here. And then as things were starting to turn back around to more positivity, we had another eclipse. So I watched the live stream with the cats. Clover especially was like, whoa, that's weird. She loves watching television. I call her an iPad baby. She's such a zoomer. It was starting to warm up in early April to like the 80s. And then this day I had a weird interaction at work. We missed a dose of Clover's immunostimulant that she was on as part of her clinical trial, but then we were also prepping for her birthday party. That was really just us having some friends over, like we didn't do anything in particular, although some people did bring her toys and treats to celebrate her birthday, so that was very nice of them. But yeah, we were prepping food and cookies and things for the next day. It poured rain on her birthday party day, I remember that. And then we were trying to take photos as a family, and I was doing a puzzle. And then, yeah, Clover turned 1 year old on April 14th. We made little salmon cakes for the cats. We toasted Clover. Oh, this was the day we were finally taking the family pics because we tried to do it this day, but Clover was not having it. And then my husband applied for Great American Baking Show. So yeah, that was Clover's birthday week. Love that. This one's funny. So this is a combination of leftovers from an Alicia Craft kit with some extra full boxes from Caress Press. And then the overlays are from both Plannahannah and Plan With Me Stickers, and the underlays are from Planner Pixie Co. I remember, so this was to mark Tortured Poets Department Coming Out by Taylor Swift, which not my favorite album. I think I have a few songs from it that I added to my Taylor Swift favorites playlist. Overall, wasn't super impressed with the album. However, I just remember being generally so apologetic for even including Taylor Swift in my planner this week. I feel like there's been a lot of judgment in the planner community. Also, I'm not a Swiftie, like I'm not a Taylor Swift stan. I definitely critique both her work and decisions that she makes sometimes where I'm like, don't love it. But I'm still a fan of a lot of her music. Not so much a fan of her, quite frankly. But I feel like this last year especially, I felt the need to like over apologize for liking her music. And I am 32 years old. I think I was talking with my husband about this. I'm like, if I'm still worried or if people are still judging me about my taste in music at this age, I feel like they didn't age out of high school. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of the attitude I'm taking right now. It's like the music that you like, it's art, it's subjective whether or not you're gonna like it. So I'm done apologizing for liking some of Taylor Swift's music. I'm just done. I don't know why I felt the need to apologize so much for it last year. I'm gonna try not to do that moving forward and just be more confident that I know what I'm about. So yeah, you know, whether you're a Swiftie stan and you don't like that I said the Tortured Poets department is not that great, or if you just like absolutely hate Taylor Swift and take like every opportunity to post memes about her that are critiquing her, I'm like, I think you need to get a life either way. It's just music. None of us actually know her. If you do actually know Taylor Swift, wow, crazy. I don't, so I just listen to some of her music and don't love every decision she's ever made, but I don't love every decision anybody's ever made. I don't stan anybody. So there's that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm done apologizing. So anyway, on that note, what happened this week? I was annoyed about planner people on Instagram. That's kind of where this started. And probably why I was feeling so insecure about using this kit, even though I had already used it the year before because I went and saw the Eras Tour movie just for fun. Yeah, I was listening to Tortured Poets Department because it came out this day. It was too long, in my opinion. Like, if you liked it, that's cool. It wasn't as good as some other albums of hers, in my opinion. My sister came to visit. We made Shrinky Dinks. That was fun. And then we had to go to Denver this Sunday for a Clover checkup. Clover was really enjoying jumping up on all the furniture and everything. Oh, and I forgot about this Food Network show. It's called 24 and 24, and I think they like have to do 24 challenges in 24 hours. It's kind of wild. And there was this guy driving for the Hertz shuttle who I guess had been working for Hertz for 45 years. That's wild. So he had the bus all like decked out with decorations for that. So that was fun. But yeah, I just had to say my piece about the whole Taylor Swift debacle, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people have made it into way more than it is. And I think everyone from every angle kind of needs to relax a bit. That's just me. Moving on. This is another kit from Cinderella Paper. And I paired it with some gold foil from the Prairie Planner because we started this week in Colorado for Clover. Very uneventful visit in that case. This was our second to last visit to Colorado State. We started tapering off some of Clover's supportive medications. So she was staying on the antiviral and the immunostimulant full blast until the very end, but there were a few supportive medications for some of her neurological symptoms, and she was on a steroid as well, that we started tapering off starting this day, which did make me nervous because I was like, I hope that the antiviral worked this time and actually killed off the virus that is causing all of these secondary problems. I was just feeling very gloomy. It was kind of a gloomy, rainy week, which I think is part of why I used this kit, and I was just gloomy inside my head as well. It was raining. Clover wasn't as eager to eat this day, which kind of freaked me out, but it all worked out in the end. I was really into After Midnight, which is a CBS late night show with Taylor Tomlinson. I was really into it for a few months. Here in 2024, I've since like lost interest in it, but that's okay. Really love this kit. Very cute. Okay, so then we move into May, which is when my birthday is. Love this postcard. Also love this May monthly kit. It's vegetable themed. I think this is just adorable. So yeah, May is where the semester ends for me, and then it's when my birthday is, and where summer kind of starts towards the end of the month here in Sacramento. So I celebrated my birthday with, I just realized I forgot to mark my birthday lunch / dinner with my husband here. That's fine. I had dinner with some of my siblings this day to celebrate my birthday because a bunch of them were in town. We'll look at where we went to dinner later. I had my birthday here, and then I had to travel solo to Colorado with Clover for one more time, and we finally finished her treatment on this day. And then grades were due. I think I finished grading like around here though, so that was good. These are leftovers from a Cinderella paper kit, and I paired it with underlays from Plannahannah in matte bronze, I think is the color. So I like this as like a mid-spring type of kit. Let's see, I wrote don't freak out because yeah, we were tapering down Keppra, which is an anticonvulsant for Clover. She never had a seizure to our knowledge, but because she had other neurological problems, her vet put her on an anticonvulsant just in case things got worse. So we were tapering that off at this point, which made me nervous just because I'm like, what if she does have a seizure? Because once cats start having seizures, the frequency can increase very rapidly, so that's really scary. Clover was watching TV with me. Like I said, that girl loves TV. Evie threw up. Great. She has a tendency to do that a lot. Not a lot, but like, ugh. I don't know what's up with her stomach. One of my brothers was pinned for his PA school, but I wasn't able to go, so I just watched the live stream. Because funnily enough, it was in Colorado, but I had class on this exact day, so I couldn't go. I'm also not going to be able to go to his graduation, which is kind of a bummer, but I didn't go to my other brother's grad school graduation. I think at this point it's like I'm going to make it to the bachelor's graduations, then that might be it. And then this was the day that news came out that FIP treatment is going to be legally available through a few different, like one specific online compounding pharmacy as of this date, but now several have it. So that's really awesome because it gives a much more reliable way to get these medications. So that was exciting. It didn't happen. It wasn't available this date, but it would be available on June 1st, and the announcement came out this day, and I was just in shock because like our lives from October to this point had been so complicated because of this disease that I hadn't even heard of before. And yeah, that's amazing. So if for some reason you ever end up with a cat and the vet's like, I think it's FIP, there are options available. So that's really good. More Cinderella paper leftovers, and then I had a little bit of pink foil, I think from Planner Pixie Co. I feel like I need to repurchase this art because both times I used it, I wasn't happy with how I put it together, and it's just gorgeous. Lots of grading. We stopped the anticonvulsant and moved her steroid, Clover's steroid, to every other day, so just tapering off the supportive medications. Clover was sad because she found a spider and then the spider was like hiding from her and she started crying about it. It was really cute. I had dinner with my siblings this day. It started getting really hot. This was my brief foray into Neopets because I remember Nella from Clip Art Kits did that Neopets art, and then I think Tanya from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. was talking about Neopets, so I'm like, I'm gonna try Neopets. It was very short-lived, but fun times. And then my husband and I went out for a nice sushi dinner for my birthday. Clover is playing with the ice cubes in her bowl. My husband baked me a cake. Oh my God, Evie. Evie, come here. Evie's been acting very weird this week because there was a thunderstorm a couple days ago, and she's, you know when like you've been really stressed out about something and then like once the stress is gone you kind of start acting goofy? Is that just me? That's Evie too, so she's acting weird right now. Evie, come here. What are you bringing me? What do you have? Thank you. You brought me your favorite toy? Thank you. And now she's gone. Okay. This cat. I'm gonna leave all of that in. She brought me her favorite toy. This is fraying. I need to get some more of these. And then ran off. She takes care of me. Anyway. Yeah, so we had some birthday celebrations because obviously my birthday was during the work week in this case. Oh, this is where I started watching like the original Great British Bake Off seasons on Roku because I found out they were available. And then this was the week of my birthday. Just checking if Evie's behind me. So this is another Cinderella paper kit with a mix of foil from Plannahannah as well as I think Plan With Me stickers. So I wrote, I have the time of my life fighting dragons with you. That's for Clover. My nephew's birthday was this day. This week was not great. I mean, I took my birthday off of work, so that was nice. But I was anticipating ending Clover's treatment at the end of this week. So I was stressed about that because the last time we did that, she relapsed. So I was just ruminating a lot. I was crying about my baby Clover. I turned 32. Clover turned 13 months, and my husband's cousin had a baby. So I thought that was funny. I have a birthday twin now, so I already thought it was funny that my nephew's birthday, who's my husband's nephew, but you know, marriage. Our birthdays are right next to each other, but now like we got this like birthday triad right here. That's funny. So I took this day off. I watched the Eras Tour movie on Disney Plus and the Folklore documentary and had champagne, and it was a good time. And then nothing much going on there. Oh, we were still alternating sleeping in the office with Clover in our second bedroom. Job searching. We finally got Clover a name tag for her collar, but my cats run around naked now. I don't know. I just don't feel the need to put collars on them. So Clover like barely knows what it's like to wear a collar, honestly, because we just never put it on her. And then went on a date night. I remember getting like the most expensive pretzel of my life because I'm like, it's my birthday week. And yeah, then I was really anxious, big sad this weekend because I was going to Colorado by myself this time. My husband was able to join me for the last couple of trips, but he couldn't for this next one because he had an important meeting. My flight was delayed by an hour. There was awful turbulence descending into Denver this day. It's something about like the warmer months, I think. So I was like, we were falling out of the sky at some point, or at least that's what it felt like. With all of the plane news lately, I'm really glad we finished these trips to Colorado when we did, and also that we took all our vacation plans before January 2025 because I feel like I need a little bit of a break from planes for a while. The hotel waived our pet fee, which was very nice of them, and that was because we were just chatting, the desk host and me, and was telling him how we were there for medical treatment. So yeah, that was my birthday week. I like the dark colors of that. This video is going to be a million years long, sorry. Okay, this is also leftovers from Cinderella paper. Who is surprised? The underlays are from Alicia Craft and the overlays are from the Prairie Planner. My kids have paws, stay positive. Very cute. I thought this was a good like Colorado vibe in late spring, and yeah, I thought that was cute. So after 87 days of an increased dosage of her antiviral, this was Clover's last pill. This is the last time she's had to take her antiviral. We had our last appointment. It went pretty quickly, so that was good. And then I think I got a late checkout. Yeah, I got a late checkout at the hotel, luckily. So that still didn't take care of the fact that my flight wasn't until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Like they could only give it to me until like 3 or 4, I think. But Clover had a really good time jumping all over the hotel room. She really loved the furniture at this place for some reason. I went and sat at a park for a bit in the car so I could let Clover out, not outside of the car, but like I could let her out of her carrier. And then there was a ton of thunder and hail. I ended up returning the rental car and just paying the ridiculous price for them to fill up the gas because I was literally in the car in a hailstorm and a thunderstorm right outside of Denver Airport, and the thunder was like right above us. And I was Googling, is it a good idea to pump gas when there's a thunderstorm? And the answer is probably no. So I'm like, yeah, no, you know what? I just saved my cat's life and we're on our way home. I don't really feel like getting struck by lightning today. So yeah. And then because of all that, there was a 4-hour delay. We didn't get home until about 2 a.m. California time. We didn't even leave Denver until almost 1 a.m. Colorado time or mountain time. And like everyone around me was complaining so much, and like because literally the day before I had been in the horrible turbulence, I was like, I'm really not eager to get back up there, quite honestly, because I felt so bad for Clover having to deal with that turbulence, and honestly I was not in the mood to deal with it either. So once we took off after that 4-hour delay, it was actually pretty smooth sailing from there, which I preferred. So I don't mind getting delayed if it means the experience is going to be better at the end of the day. And then another one of my husband's cousins had a baby. So this is going to be a busy birthday week in that part of the family for sure. Finally went to bed at 3:30 a.m. Luckily, I didn't have to go to work the next day, but I did have to grade. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I submitted grades this day, and they were due this day. So like 2 days early. Go me. What else happened? I wrote in Evie sushi delivery because she brought one of her sushi rattle toys to me and screamed like she was just doing a little bit ago. She's a funny lady. Found out that some people are anti-rabies vaccination for their pets, so that kind of stressed me out just a tad, especially because I think we were going to have to delay Clover's rabies booster for a little bit because of everything that happened to her. So that's fun. Had a pool party at my parents' house, cut my thumb while shucking corn, which just goes along, and that's basically me getting injured in new and dumb ways. I spent a lot of time on this one, sorry. This was June. Loved this pool party kit. This is where, you know, summer really gets going as far as weather goes. And yet we went to like 3 different community events that were outside, and it was really nice. And then I went and visited my sisters in San Diego. We went camping, we went to the beach, all that good stuff. Made it through a whole month of observation without Clover having to go back on medication, so that was awesome. These are leftovers from Cinderella paper again, and the foil, I know the underlays are from Planner Pixie Co. And then the overlays are from, I think, Plan With Me stickers. We made it through a whole week of observation, and I wanted to kind of commemorate it, and I thought this foil went well with this kit, so I was like, why not use it? Clover was really playful. She was hiding and chasing us. She loves playing hide and go seek, that girl. It's really funny. Like you go hide in another room, and then she like comes and finds you. It's really funny. I forgot I was doing training here on Canvas. Yeah, this was a pretty chill week. This was like my first week of summer break after a very rough school year with both personally and professionally. And then this was the day that Stokes Pharmacy had the FIP medication available. So that was good because we had talked about it with our vet in Colorado, and she's like, hopefully she doesn't relapse again, but if she does, I'll just write you a prescription for that instead of having you come back here. I'm like, okay, good. So it felt better ending treatment this time because we had more options this time. And then we went to our local Filipino fiesta. It's a festival that happens in June here. So got some Filipino food, and there was a lot of dancing and music. It was fun. These are leftovers from a Leonard Designs kit. This was the week, so it's the first 100-degree day of the year here in Sacramento. We do get that hot of temperatures here. I was still doing that Canvas training. And then heard a bunch of caterwauling overnight, like cats yelling at each other. And I ended up finding 3 cats in my side yard this day. I named them Mr. Steal Your Girl, Romeo, and Milkshake because 2 of them were guys, 1 of them was a girl. And Milkshake brought all the boys to the yard. She also kind of looked like a milkshake. She was like a Siamese-looking cat. So I have not seen the orange boy. That's Mr. Steal Your Girl. He and Romeo were fighting over the lady. So that's great. I have seen Romeo a lot since this day. I think I saw him before this day as well, but I have not seen the 2 other cats. He likes to show up on our doorstep crying, and he really pisses off Evie especially. Clover doesn't really understand what's going on. But he's very much like, hey, ladies, and Evie's like, I hate you. Go away. So Evie was very upset that there were 3 cats outside the window. Clover started hissing at Evie because Evie was yowling. But Clover had no idea why Evie was upset. She just thought Evie was upset at her. So that was kind of a disaster. And then we went to another local event, the Croatian extravaganza. Oh, and then this day was just really freaking weird. I think a homeless guy rang our doorbell, and I opened the door, and he was like, can I have some coffee? And I was like, no, bye. So it's just like a very strange day. Very weird. Summertime in Sacramento makes everybody a little weird. Then this is from Cafe with Anna, and I used this because we went to our local Juneteenth festival. I was also dealing with some nonsense with unemployment, but we went to the Juneteenth festival this weekend. It was really great. We had a great barbecue, enjoyed some entertainment, and then we also saw Two Towers in theaters because it was back in theaters. So yeah, that was a good time. This is a kit from Cinderella Paper. I used this because I went to San Diego to see my sister for her birthday. The Decemberist new album came out this day. It was okay. I didn't love it as much as I've loved previous albums from them. We got surprise tomato plants. We did not plant them, they were just there. But we definitely enjoyed that. Oh, and this is where we started playing Civilization 6. Yeah, so my husband and I started playing that. We haven't played it much recently, but we got into that for a little bit. And then, what's in this extender? Just Civilization 6. I went to San Diego this day. My sister had a birthday party. We went camping the next day. It was ridiculously hot. Would not go to that campground in late June ever again. Not a good time, but we made the most of it. And then we went to the beach the next day. And we saw a SpaceX launch, which, boo, don't love that company, obviously, but it was kind of fascinating to see it streaking across the sky. But also, this is just my opinion, how many companies can just literally blow up their projects constantly and still have money to fund more? Like, what? Anyway, this is the last week I'm going to show in this flip through, and I think it's funny that we started on April 1st, which was a Monday, and then we're ending on June 30th, which was a Sunday. So it's like perfectly outlined months. We love that. So these are leftovers from Cinderella Paper, and then I've got just a tiny bit of leftover foil from, I think, Plan With Me stickers and Planner Pixie Co. Just like this blue tie-dye, not blue tie-dye, various blue holographic and or waterfall foils. I drove home this day, reunited with my cats. Clover had a vet appointment because she had been wheezing a lot. We found out she had asthma, just like her daddy. So yeah, I was changing the air filter and generally trying to make things less dusty and gross. Because of that, doing job applications. I got to do my first press on nails since Clover got sick because I can mostly do most of what I need to do with press on nails, but when giving pills to the cat, they were not good for that. Playing more Civ 6. Now, and this is where the 2024 election drama was really starting to ramp up, and I was not happy about the commentary on it. Okay, so that is going to be everything for this April through June 2024 flip through. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.